Hello. I've dreamed about this moment, so this is really, really exciting for me. And I was here yesterday and thought that I had to fly back to Malta, and I wouldn't be able to be here, so I'm really, really excited to be in this space. And I'd like to say thank you very much for your teachings, because they have really dramatically changed my life.
We are just reminding you of what you always have known. We've just shined a spotlight on it to make it easier for you to remember it.
That makes sense. My question is actually that the one thing that I have, so many things in my life that I'm so grateful for, and I really do have an amazing life. I'm very happily married. I am very blessed to be able to be creative every day, and I have this desire, which I have two contradictory desires, which I know are sort of in direct opposition with each other.
Maybe not.
Okay.
We're going to interrupt just for a moment, just to sort of lay a little basis. Because as life causes you to throw your desires over here into vibrational escrow, Source melds them together and blends them. In other words, it is incredible how many things you want blend together perfectly. The only thing that keeps you from anything is your vibrational contradiction to your desire.
Well, maybe it's my belief, because one thing that I want is a child. But at the same time, I'm afraid of responsibility. And I'm afraid of the responsibility of, once I've got this child, having this child with me all the time, and then not having the freedom to do all the other things that I want to do. And so I feel that my fear and my desire, I know they're separating me from what I want.
Well, you're right, because when you say, I want a child, why?
Because I love the idea of a family. I love the idea of sharing and co-creating and living in that joyful moment of sharing the wisdom of Abraham, of introducing a new life to all the beauty there is, and experiencing this amazing unfolding with another beautiful spark that has come directly from Source.
And now the contradictory thought?
The contradictory thought is that when I have this child, maybe it's because I'm afraid of, I keep hearing screaming children, and I keep hearing these children that sound so difficult. And
But you see, here's the thing that we want you to hear. On the one hand, there is this beautiful life that you want, and this beautiful happy child that you love the idea of focusing on. And isn't it right then that when you conjure in your mind an image of a screaming child, that it would feel awful to you? And can you feel how an image of a screaming unhappy child would not be tugging at you if you had not created this beautiful image of this wonderful family? In other words, if someone called you on the telephone and said, hello, you don't know me, I'm just calling to tell you I will never call you again, you would say, all righty then. It wouldn't bother you at all. But if someone you cared about were to say that to you, you would feel the tugging of that, because something you want feels like something that you cannot have. And that's why we want to go back to the initial thing that we said to you, is that it's not that your desires contradict one another. It's that you're thinking of what you want, and then you're thinking of the exact opposite of it. And it is right that your guidance would say to you, that thought is always going to feel bad, because that thought is the opposite of what you want. And many say, oh, but Abraham, she's just being realistic. She's just worried about getting herself into something that won't be the way she wants it to be. And we say, that's how you get into things that are the way that you don't want them to be. You come to expect them. In other words, you say, that's just the way it is. I can be a parent, or I can have freedom, but I can't have both. I can be a parent and have this responsibility, which is the opposite of freedom. And we say, you have to work this out. It's like, sometimes people will say, what if two people are co-creating and they want different things? What if she wants to live at the beach and he wants to live in the mountains? How can they both get what they want if they are people who want to live together who seem to want contradictory things? And that's what we meant when we said that as you are throwing your intentions over here into your vibrational escrow, Source is melding them, and there is a way for you to all get what you want in remarkable ways if you can step back and ask yourself and get to the essence of why you want what you want. In other words, that's why we ask you. In other words, she wants to live at the beach because she loves the beauty and the feeling of the air. She loves the feeling of the expansiveness. He wants to live in the mountains because he loves the feeling of the beauty and the air, and he loves the feeling of expansiveness. In other words, there is so much similarity in what you are wanting if you get to the essence of it. But you will never, ever, ever be able to focus upon the opposite of what you want and feel positive emotion at the same time. It's not, you can't look out into the world and say there's a little corner of it that if I go there then I'll live happily ever after, because every particle of everything contains within it what is wanted and the absence of what is wanted. It's up to you to focus your perspective to get the wanted part rather than the absence of what is wanted, you see. So when you have the impulse for a family, for co-creation, when you have this impulse of wanting to co-create up close and personal with this new pure energy coming forth, when you fixate on the idea of learning from each other and experiencing together and co-creating your vibrational escrows collectively and singularly, as you give your attention to the idea of expanding in cooperative co-creation with another, and you focus upon all of the reasons why you do want it until those reasons are so dominantly active within you. And you know, you can't think about what you do want and what you don't want at the same time. Oh, you can move back and forth, and what you're living, the indication that life is giving you, in other words, what you're living, the money in your bank account is an indicator of vibration. The condition of your body is an indication of vibration. You say, oh no, it's real life experience. We say it's an indication of vibration that is changing constantly to the new indication of the new vibration. So from wherever you are, you can get to wherever you want to be. And as you focus and tune yourself to the pure essence of what you want and why you want it, the universe must cooperate. In other words, you will co-create with an energy that's a vibrational match to what you want. You have to look at it. Here's another way of seeing it. And we'll break it down into a very simple format. Let's say that rather than thinking about this baby who will be born to you, let's say that you're talking about something that seems a bit less serious. You're talking about a working relationship with another person. And let's say that this other person is like almost everybody. They have wonderful characteristics and horrible characteristics. They're sort of a mixed bag. And you've witnessed enough of all of it to know that when they're good, they're very, very good. But when they are bad, they are horrid. So as you focus upon this person, what you actually extract from them on a regular basis is much more about your vibrational countenance than it is about them. You all think that it's them. You'd like to change their behavior or get them to fix what's going on. But we want you to understand that you are the attractor of the components that come to you, whether you are attracting them from the whole that you call life or from this one portion of life that you are focused upon. So let's say that you've heard about this person and you know about their bad traits, and you've noted them and had a conversation with someone about them, and sure enough, when you meet them, there they are, right there in your face, full force. And you would say logically, what I heard was accurate, and I have proof or evidence of the accuracy of this information. But let's say you didn't know about this person. Nobody told you about this really obnoxious personality characteristic. And you are one who cavorts with the source within you. In other words, you are commonly looking for positive aspects. You are an appreciator. You learned it from your grandmother. You've been doing it a very long time. And you're on your way to this new meeting, and you stopped to make a list of positive aspects. You tuned yourself up to the feeling of what this is going to be about, and you're saying things to yourself such as, I'm so appreciative that this person is going to collaborate with me, and I'll bet that when we get our heads together that the two of us are more dynamic than either one of us could have been singularly, and I'm so looking forward to this opportunity. And on the way to the meeting, you're observing the birds that you're appreciating, and the landscape, and the transportation, and you're feeling good in your body. You're just tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You're seeing the world through the eyes of Source, and there you are. You're cued right up, and there you are. And if this person was really as bad as the other said, and if this person really had active within them something far apart from that which you've activated within you, they could not show up at your meeting. Law of attraction would not bring you together. But since they did show up, because they're sort of a mixed bag, and you've activated who you really are, the most delightful and clear-minded characteristics of this person would rendezvous with you, because you've tuned in. You're like the healer who is so aware of the potential for wellness that you can't see the illness, and so the illness dissipates before your eyes, because it cannot abide in the vibration that is as powerful as yours, you see. You are the creator of your own reality. You will evoke from your children. You will evoke from everyone. You can control your environment, but you have to get yourself tuned into the whole of who you are. You can't just blunder in and muck around in the stuff that you don't want and then complain about it and expect it to change. You have to tune yourself to what you want, and when you do, the universe yields it to you. Now let's take another scenario. Let's, same setup. You're tuned in, tapped in, turned on. This person is mostly not, let's say, but you caught wind of who this person had been to someone else, and so even though you don't want to think it, you are thinking it, and you get a knot in your stomach. You feel apprehensive about this meeting, and you think, oh, there's something wrong that I'm blundering into. This is probably a sign that I shouldn't co-create with this person. And we say, no, it isn't. It's a sign that you're not co-creating with yourself. It's a sign that you are not attuned to your own intentions, and you're blaming it on this person. But whenever you feel negative emotion, it's never about the other. It's always about your alignment with you, you see. A very good thing. You're getting a bigger dose than you expected here, but
great.
this is such an important thing in this co-creation. In other words, you're actually doing something that is so remarkable. You're questioning whether you even want to co-create with the purest of energy, the purest of all energy, because you're worried that there might be something in this co-creation that might not set well with you, because your demand for freedom is so basic. It is. The basis of your experience is freedom, but you have the ability to focus and therefore extract from any environment. You are the creator of your own reality. And some would say, well, Abraham, how can I be the creator of what somebody else is doing? Well, we've just explained it to you. If they are really as different, if they are really far different from you, they cannot come into your experience. But most of you, you hold the same mixed bag that they do, because most of you offer most of your vibration from what you're observing. So you observe the good stuff and you observe the bad stuff, and it's a sort of crapshoot about what you're going to get, because all of it's sort of active within you. Where if you understand that you can tune yourself to the best that you want, and you do it on a regular basis, then your world transforms around you, and your vibrational indicators are bright people, clear-minded people, cooperative people, eager people, passionate people. And if you should find someone in a not good feeling place, and it happens, oh, this is a plethora gathered here of teachers. You are people who want to uplift, and what that means in so many cases is that you become those who want to provide service to others. And so often you allow yourself to lower your vibration with the intent of assisting someone else. But we want to say to you that if you let yourself be tuned away from who you really are, you have nothing to give another. The best that you can do for anyone is to stay tuned to who you really are. And that's how that baby will come forth, tuned to who he really is, you see.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much.